Hello everyone, welcome back. Well, we did it. We survived another Jingle Ball ticket sales launch evening. But just barely. And it looks like the comparison to buying Taylor Swift tickets is not put to rest, at least not for another year. If you hung out with me on Friday night while I pretended not to be in a state of severe panic for an hour and 20 minutes, thank you. Thank you for your happy attitudes and your patience and your acceptance of my apology for the technical difficulties. Thankfully, an hour and 20 minutes after the supposed start of ticket sales, they were off and running, and we haven't had any problems since, so we're thankful. If you do not know what I'm talking about, you can find more information about the Jingle Ball down below. Today's video comes to you in 3 delightful parts. Part 1 will be sharing with you what I have been personally working on and stitching. I have a new spooky stitch that is just blessing my October loving heart. 2 finishes. It's going to be fun. The second part will be showing you some of my older finishes that have not been shown on the channel in quite some time, so maybe you've never seen them before, but I thought you might enjoy. And then the third part is I have an extensive list of new designs to share with you from, I think there's 9 people on my list, so we gotta go through them. We gotta ooh and ah. I will be your little stitchy companion. I hope you get some progress on whatever you're sitting and stitching. Hope you're sitting back, relaxing, and that the dog doesn't need to go out for at least a half an hour. First up, I have 2 finishes that I would like to share with you. This first one is the Cathy barrack piece that I told you I wanted to finish before I started another spooky stitch, and I finished it. This is Autumn Pin Drum by Cathy Barrack. I stitched it using all the called for floss, 2/2 on 32 count. This linen is by Mystic Fabrics and it's called Veteris. It's a nice, crusty, crunchy yellow, and I love it. My favorite part is definitely the owl on the orange brick house in the middle. And I love how the owls in these trees are like, they're kind of given the stinky side eye, and I like that too. Now this is meant to be finished into a drum, so you can see these ends naturally come together. And I actually started this because I wanted to make another drum. But I like seeing the whole thing at the same time too, so this will go in my pile of finishes while I take a little think. Who knows, I might get a wild hair one Saturday and decide to make it into a drum, or I might just frame it. It's so cute. I like seeing the whole scene, but you know, I don't know. Thoughts and opinions down below. While you're popping me a comment down below, I would like to sneak in a giveaway question. We will randomly choose the winner. A $20 gift card to Lindy Stitches will go. Let's do the question, what was your favorite Halloween costume as a child? If you didn't celebrate Halloween as a child, maybe just your favorite like fall tradition, favorite fall treat, all things fall. Let's put them in the comments. But I would love to know, especially your favorite Halloween costume. It's just fun to reminisce. My second finish is a punch needle piece. I started this at the tail end of winter, so it was probably late March, early April. I kind of knew at the time that I wasn't going to be feeling wintry for much longer. So I went ahead and started this, and it went on a great hiatus, as indeed spring was just around the corner and I didn't feel like working it on it anymore. Now, this is the piece that I chose, and if you've been following me in the last couple years, you'll know I am no punch needle expert. In fact, this will be my 3rd punch needle project ever. The other two were pretty simple ornaments. They did turn out looking a little wonky. I have had no punch needle instruction other than watching some, you know, YouTube tutorials. And I, you know, just went for this. I don't know how smart that was. I do like how the project turned out. I'll go ahead and show you. So this is by Michelle Palmer. She has gorgeous punch needle patterns. She has an Etsy store. She also frequently designs for Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So this is how my snowman turned out. I do like him. There are some things I would change or wish I could do better. You can see my snowman looks a tad like dirtier than hers. This creamy, dirty kind of color on the snowman is actually made by taking DMC and spraying some antiquing spray on the floss and letting it dry. And I did that. Mine just turned out a little bit darker, and so I think the contrast with my snowman's highlights are a little more stark and they leave him looking a little strange. I'm also struggling with just some of the finer details with punch needle, which is what I struggled with my cats. They had like these single stitches. I'm pointing to my teeth because I'll just grab it. So here is my cat. He has like a few stitches like in between his teeth to like separate them, and I really struggle when it's just like a single line of stitching, or especially just like a couple stitches. So I was struggling with, in particular, his eye. I wanted to make the eye a little bit bigger. You can see Michelle's is bigger. I just struggle getting, when you're only doing a few punches of a color, I struggle. I might need to sign up for a private lesson or something, but here's my third punch needle project. I only have 2 works in progress to share with you. I was trying to stick to my new start every day in October, which so far has been going well. But I did get some stitches in on my Barbara Anna's All Creatures Great and Small. I'm stitching this on 32 count My Little Dove linen by XJU Design, which is this gray blue color. And I worked on Adam and Eve in the middle. Now, oops, I should have given you a trigger warning. They don't have any clothes yet, but nor do they have the parts that should be covered up with clothes yet. So maybe this is still rated G. We have a random pair of legs, a torso, and another random pair of legs. I did finish the tree in the middle. I am just loving how the colors of my Belle Soie conversion are just like popping off this fabric. It's a beautiful color palette for this design. I love stitching on it. It's just so beautiful. The project that I allowed to myself to start October 1st was Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogut. This is in the Hello Halloween book. And I did start it on that funky fabric. And I'm in love. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. Check it out. Oh my. Look at it. Arr! Okay. Let me move my needle and let us discuss. So this crazy fabric is called Fallen Leaves by XJU Design, and we do carry this in the shop. I love the fabric so much. It's just every color I love in the fall time. And I completed these 2 little pumpkin people and some cats on the top. So working on that top row, this is a lot of fun to stitch. I will say I had a counting error in the top because I assumed. You always get in trouble when you assume. I assumed that the counting underneath both cats would be the same, and I got over here and realized it was not, so I had already done this pair. So I adjusted, I added a stitch on the top border somewhere over here, and I'm just not counting off the top border. So it should all work out, but if you are starting this pattern, there are like 25 stitches under the first cat and 26 stitches under the second cat, and I had missed that. I had assumed, you can't assume. So the floss I'm using for this is not all of the called for, but it is some of the called for. I just get into trouble because this is my main desk that you are joining me at, and right there is the Belsois. It's right there. So yeah, I swapped out for some Belsois, and did a little subbing. So here are the colors that I'm using for the sampler. It doesn't use very many, call for many colors, but I knew looking at the yellowy color that the pumpkins are in this piece, and the fact that my fabric is pretty yellowy, I decided to use a deeper orange for the pumpkin heads, just so that they would stand out well and it wasn't just like too much yellow on yellow. So that's Belsois Paprika, which is honestly one of my favorite orange flosses of all time. I just think it's the perfect orange shade. It's so beautiful, and I am really enjoying this. So those are all the things that I have been working on since we spoke last. As I was coming down to record, I just grabbed some stuff off of the wall. My fall cross-stitch collection is my favorite and has some of my favorite stitches that I've ever done. So I have 5 to share with you. We'll go through them really quick because if you've been with me since the old days, you have seen some of these before. Now, the top 2 I'm going to show you aren't necessarily fall themed, but they're kind of fallish vibes, and so I usually more prominently display them in the fall. This one is in my top 5 projects of all time. This is an out-of-print kit by the company Maya, M-A-I-A, which I believe is like a UK company. The artwork is by Julia Cairns, and the piece is called Mother and Child, and you can see why I love displaying this in the fall. It's fall colors. This one was not, I wouldn't call it fun. You can see there's a lot of background stitching, a lot of different colors of yellow. So it wasn't fun to work on, but I find it stunning. It's very meaningful to me personally, and I just think it's glorious. So yes, this is coming with me to the nursing home. Next up, Emily's house. This is a vintage Lindy Stitches pattern. I probably released this around 2018, 2019. This is a beautiful fall sampler inspired by good old Emily Savaro. I'm sure you watch her FlossTube channel, but this was a spooky house that she loved the most, and then I also stuck her cats, Buster and Dharma, in the sampler. Next up, a funky finish. This pattern is by Lucy Beam. I think it's called Light My Candle. I just find it hilarious. I don't know what people think when they come over to my house and see weird stuff like this. It's just so funny. Light my candle. The pumpkins get lit on All Hallows Eve. This finish I just made up to kind of follow the shape of the piece. I love this. It just kind of like hangs up on a hook. I need to design something with this kind of finish in mind and then show you guys how to do it, because it's not hard. It was really, really fun. So that's Light My Candle by Lucy Beam. Next up, Not Forgotten Farm. I don't remember the name of this piece. It's probably something really simple like Cat and Moon. But I just love it. Also just hangs on a hook. I put some old turkey feathers in it. I made it into a bag. So simple, so cute, and makes me smile. Then lastly, this is called Autumn Cat sampler. And forgive me because it does have some non-reflective glass in it. So it's kind of hard to show you, but this is by Cooler Design Studio. I can't remember the name of the artist that it's based on, but this is beautiful. I remember taking this piece on several vacations and working on it. It was a very fiddly stitch to do. You know, a few colors here, a few colors there, a ton of back stitch. I remember that corn being so not fun to finish. Those grapes, ridiculous. But it's so beautiful. I was much more into these detailed kind of stitches. I even have the winter sampler by Sandy Orton finished. That too is one of my most treasured projects, and yet I don't find myself doing this kind of stitching anymore. I don't find myself like drawn to the fiddly work, and I don't understand it at all, because I was doing this when I had small children in the house and we were homeschooling and we didn't have a lot of space for crafting. How was I doing that during that stage of life? And why was I drawn to this? I don't get it. But now that I have like more time, I don't have small children, maybe I'm just tired. They beat the fiddly stitching right out of me, and now I just want to do blocks of color. I don't know, because it's so glorious, and I wish I was drawn to this type of stitching. Ah, life. Okay, welcome to part 3. I have scooted over to the side, and you know what that means. I have things to share. We have had so many new releases come out in the last couple weeks. I'm sure it would be a challenge to keep up with all of them. So here it is in one handy installment until, you know, I get another email tomorrow. First up, we have the Book of Days for 2025. Many of you love using the Book of Days to track your stitching. It's like a little stitchy calendar / planner / record keeper. People love to decorate these with stickers and such. So if you would like a physical cross-stitch planner and you have not tried the Book of Days yet, we have that up for pre-order. We're not sure when it's going to be released, but word on the street is pretty soon. All we have is the cover and the price, but it's up on the website if you would like to take a gander. Let's talk new cross-stitch patterns for your stash. Number 1, we have the next 2 fabulous houses from Cottage Garden Samplings. Just wanted to show you these if you hadn't caught them yet. Number 10 was the Fairy House, this lovely little purple mushroom situation we got going on. I love it. I love the lines in this pattern. It's really pretty. And then we also have Haunted House, a creepy little dwelling for you. We've got some sort of ghost in a cage situation happening, and something bubbling on the cauldron. Perhaps some split pea soup. Her next installments and last installments in the popular folk series. So now we have all 4 seasons lined up for you. So the last installment is Winter Folk, and the sort of theme of these releases is pine cones. Love the colors that are displayed in this stitch sampler. Love the little reindeers. Absolutely adorable. People are loving stitching these because you get to learn some specialty stitches along the way, and you can see the bands aren't overwhelming, easy to stitch up within 1 season. So you have the other 3 completed, right? We also have Gather Pine Cones. So this is the 4th in the Gather series. You get 3 circular designs with this pack. And then there's a little add-on pattern called Gather Moments. Very cute. Love how the pine cones go through all 3 patterns. We have 3 new releases from Summer House Stitchworks, including number 7 and number 8 in the Fragments in Time series. 2 more dwellings for your little house sampler. We also have Bountiful Thanksgiving. This is a sweet little fall Thanksgiving sampler, and love that little turkey box topper. Next up, let's talk ink circles. I could not wait for this Christmas line to come out from Tracy. I had seen 2 of the designs already at last year's Jingle Ball, and you have been asking for, in particular, arranging ornaments. Check out this release. I believe Amity of the Hathaway Stitchers is stitching this piece, hence some of you knowing about it. This is adorable. You know why I love little patterns like this? Because they can be an advent. Just stitch 1 motif every day in December and you will be done by Christmas. I mean, I didn't count, but that's kind of the idea. Just a little bit of progress during the busy holidays and you'll have a nice little finish at the end. Love it. We also have this piece. How cute is this? This is called Seas and Greetings. These are the most festive, jolliest pirates you ever did see. I mean, I guess they don't have to be pirates. They can just be regular sea people, right? But we have narwhals sporting some Christmas wreaths. We have the funky angel happening, birds, you know, anchors. Anchors away for the holiday. That is Seas and Greetings. And then lastly, a little adorable fall mandala called Harvest Lilies. Love this one. I don't know if those are supposed to be bats in the corner, but they're bat shaped, so great pattern. Let's talk artsy housewife. Gigi, are you keeping up with me? Gigi came out with 3 new festive patterns. First up is a bevy of festive beetles. They're beetles. They're festive. I know I have many insect-loving customers, so I'm sure you are digging this pattern. Also, we have 2 snowy owls, just an adorable winter scene. Love this dark. I love the contrast of the colors used, the white and the absolutely black house. It's very lovely. It reminds you of the starkness of winter. And then lastly, we have Lit, very festive reindeer, all bedecked in a cardinal and some Christmas lights. Absolutely beautiful, Gigi. Heart and Hand decided to throw 1 more Christmas pattern our way. We're not complaining. I say 1 more because if you missed it, We Santa 2024 came out around Stash Fest time. But many of you love the etching series from Heart and Hand, and we have a Christmas version. This one is called Christmas Etchings, and it follows the same kind of pattern. We have 3 beautiful Christmas motifs. I love the interesting colors that Cecilia has chosen. Very pretty. 4 new designs from Plum Street Samplers. Hold on to your bonnets. First up, we have Grateful and Willing. This is a beautiful little sampler. I'm not sure if that's Abraham Lincoln or not, but very cute. Love the orange flowers. Next up, we have Real Comfort. Some of you have been waiting for this piece. I think it was a retreat exclusive. Very beautiful. Love that intricate border. The orange tulips in the front. Oh my goodness. There's mushrooms in that urn on top of the house. And then 2 more installments in Paulette's popular Animal Stacks, Animal Collections series. First up, we have Fig Folk, and this is a trio of bats. Look at those ears. So cute. And then a warning if you are arachnophobic. We have a spider coming next. It is Jump Clump. Now, I don't know if you have seen like the Instagram reels with the adorable little jumping spiders, but they're so cute. Insects do not bother me. I think this is an adorable pattern. I was rooting hard for this one to be our bestseller. It barely got edged out by the big sampler Real Comfort, but it did very well, and I'm very proud of these adorable little spiders. They deserve it. They deserve it. They're so cute. Okay, hang with me. We're still going. We can do this. 3 patterns from Heartstring Samplery. First up, if you are a sci-fi lover, here you go. An ornament set for you for your tree holiday display. This is called Out There. We have UFOs, we have the Millennial Falcon, we have a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. I'm not even sure of all that is represented here. Maybe you can help me out with other things that you see and understand. But these are so cool. I love the funkiness of them. Next up, a stocking for Beth's series of stocking ornaments. This one is called Skate Fever, for all you ice skaters. And then lastly, look at this gorgeous piece. I love it. It's called Go Tell It on the Mountain. Absolutely stunning. I love the leaf work on the top, the snowflakes. This would make a very beautiful companion piece to Baby It's Cold Outside, also by Heartstring Samplery. So beautiful. Good job, Beth. And it's the next day. I left my video unfinished because I thought I had a hot tip for something that was going to drop later that day, and I wanted to make sure to tell you, and it turns out I was wrong. Not the first time. Anyway, those are all the new releases that I had to share with you. I did want to give you a few Jingle Ball updates, and then I will set you free to enjoy the rest of your Stitchy session with maybe another FLOSSTUBER. So, a few quick announcements regarding the Jingle Ball. Number one, if you're still waiting for your class email from your teacher, never fear. All the teachers are planning on sending out their emails by the end of today. Today is Friday, so if you're still waiting on somebody, a little more patience will do ya, and you should hear from your teacher. You are able to go back and add class tickets. You can use one of the links down below, or you can go to thejingleball.net. There's an add tickets button that takes you straight to the ticket page. What else do I get frequently asked? If you have an important question regarding your ball ticket purchases, you need us to check something, absolutely no big deal. I need you to send us an email though. Email is the best way to contact us by far. I will list the Jingle Ball help emails down below, and you can email any of those people to help you. No big deal. I keep seeing what I would consider important help requests as like random comments throughout social media, like one of our old Jingle Ball posts or maybe a YouTube video. Somebody will be asking a question that I consider important. I would want an answer to. We cannot monitor every single comment. We don't see every single comment. I can't keep going through all the many places that we post on the internet looking for comments. So please take the initiative and go ahead and send us an email. We answer all of our emails. We're proud of our customer service, so get a hold of us that way. Merch and buying things. So all of our merch is already listed. All of our pre-ball happening merch is already on thejingleball.net. That includes our apparel, the coffee cup, and the pins and pajama pants. They're all over there. Anything else is inside of the ball. I get a lot of questions about where can I buy the ornament book for this year. It's inside the ball. Don't worry about it now. You're not going to be able to find it. You have to wait until the ball begins, and then all the magic will be delivered to you. I promise. Lastly, if you're one of the many people who has attended a previous Jingle Ball or Midsummer Stitch or some of our other virtual events, and you have humbly requested that we host more virtual events for you, well, all of your wildest dreams have come true. Lindy Stitches, Team Lindy Stitches, this includes not only me, but Jason, Steve, Annie, and all of our packing crew. I want to make sure that you know it's not just me and Jason working over here. We have a team of people who are helping with all of these events, and I want to give glory to them because without them, we could not be making this announcement that next year we are going to be hosting 5 virtual events, a full calendar. A full calendar. So, we're so excited, and you will be hearing more about those virtual events in videos to come, but we are going to be hosting in March a Nash Dash Startathon. Sound fun. In May, Spring Mingle will be happening. Midsummer Stitch will be happening again in July, In September, we're having an event called Harvest Moon Hangout. And then, of course, Jingle Ball 2025. So you can find out more information about those events and the exact dates down below. We're also going to be putting this adorable postcard in all of our orders so that you can put them on your new calendar. We're so excited to be hosting more events, bringing you more wonderful things from the cross-stitch community. We have a lot of awesome ideas, and we love you. We want to spend more time with you, okay? Okay, go forth and stitch. Make the world a more beautiful place. Those are your marching orders. Can I get a yes, Captain? Okay, thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye.